Hey everyone, today we're doing a service on one of these little push mowers with the self-driven wheels. And what we did was first we drained the oil. I like to use just a regular oil catch bucket, and this one, because of the self-driven, the bottom has a cover on it. I didn't want to mess with it. There's usually a drain plug on the bottom, but what we did was I just took the fill plug out and we just tilted it over onto itself. And then after you warm up the engine, and then the oil, majority of it tends to flow out, so that's no big deal. Just watch out for the fuel leaking from here, and so it's always good if you are low on fuel when you do it. Also, as it's tipped over and draining, what you can do is, as you have it tipped over, that's a good time for you to take the blade off to sharpen. And you can tell I've already done that. I've already sharpened the blade on this. I don't know if you can see it, but I've already sharpened the blade. As I sharpen the blade, let's put it on one of these things. You can get them cheap, but you know, at least it's balanced. You can use a nail, you can use a lot of different things, but you know, it's fine. The next thing is to figure out the spark plug, because you want to put a new plug in it. And this one is one of those L heads or flat heads, whatever you want to call it. So that's going to call for I got a Champion. So for that, but first let's take off the air filter, because I got a new I got to replace the air filter. So this one, either you can use a nut driver or a screwdriver, and I'm just going to take the screw off. We're going to fill it up because it's the flat head. I just like to use 30 weight oil. So when you do that, we'll take the cover off, one screw, and there you go. That's a definite. We'll clean this up and we'll put a new filter in there, definitely, okay? Because that's not good, all right? So we'll be back when we get a new filter. All right, I cleaned the cover just a little bit, nothing special. I get these filters from Amazon as a pack, and it's cheaper to do that than, you know, anywhere. So I get a pack of 5 or so, and basically you put it inside, filter, the pleated end goes out, and then you just hook it and make sure it's seated flush, and then get your screwdriver again and just tighten that baby down, and that should do it. And make sure you don't have to kill it, just make sure that you get a little bit of crunch on that sealing gasket around the air filter. There we go. And so it's not sucking in. Next thing is we're going to move you over and let's do the plug. Okay, first thing you want to do is just pull this off and look at it. Looks like that's the original plug, and we're going to get a socket for it. There we go. And we're just going to put that on there. Go the opposite way. The gap on this is supposed to be about 30 thousandths, so make sure you check the gap with the gauge. This one, man, looks okay. It starts right away, so you know it's doing okay. But that should be the same. This is the replacement for that, so we'll put that in. Alright, the old plug looks okay, but there was a lot of corrosion, look and tell, on the end of that plug. So it's probably a good thing we're changing it out. Here's a new plug. Made sure I checked the gap. It's good. We're going to just hand tighten it to go in. And then we're going to tighten it up. That's good. You don't have to go crazy. On the end of this, I'm going to put a little bit of dielectric grease right here where the boot is, so that it doesn't stick and it comes off. You don't have to go crazy. Okay. Alright, so there we go. And push it on till you hear that nice click. There we go. Alright, so we got a new plug in. Alright, and now we're going to check the oil level. Okay. And then we should be done. Okay, so we're taking our time filling it. I put some oil in there, and you can take a look. It's almost there at the fill. Okay, so you can tell that it's right there. So this is pretty close to being full. So I think we're good. I've let the oil settle. So I think that's got enough oil in it. Okay. And I think we're done. So that's it. Pretty much, you know, that's a standard tune-up on a little mower like this, okay, that takes the little push mowers. So we'll return this back to the customer, and hopefully they should be fine with it. We'll test start it and do all this stuff. So thank you very much for watching, and thank you for subscribing, and be safe during this COVID-19. Take care now.